Hello and welcome to my YouTube channel. I'm Judith Patterson. I'm an independent Stampin' Up! Demonstrator in Texas, and it's Friday. I love Fridays. I love the weekend, and I love to share a card from the catalog with you. My favorite place to find inspiration for cards when I'm stuck is the Stampin' Up! Brochures, catalogs, just the publications that they put out. And so I like to share that inspiration with you as well. Sometimes whenever I create these cards on Fridays, I create them exactly as they are seen in the catalog. Sometimes I tweak them a little, and sometimes I tweak them a lot. Today, there's not going to be a lot of tweaking, but I am going to make 4 versions of the same card. Just because I'm going to have the extra pieces to do it. So let me go ahead and flip my camera around. And here's the Sale-a-bration brochure. So the card that I'm making is found on page 8. And it's this one right here. Let me hold it up to the camera so you can see it a little better. It says, "You make me happy." I'm not going to use the same sentiment on every card. It's not going into focus. There it is. But you can certainly do that if you want to. So let me just go ahead and tell you, I'm going to be using, this is a note card size. So I'm using the note cards and the envelopes that come with them. It's hard to see, but that's an envelope. And I'm going to be using the Rainbow of Happiness bundle that this Sunshine Rainbows Designer Series paper coordinates with. If there is something in this brochure that you are wanting, remember everything in here is free with a qualifying purchase. And it only goes through February 28th. So we are approaching the end of Sale-a-bration already, which is always a little sad for me. Okay, so the first thing that I'm going to do is get my painted texture embossing folder. And actually, before I even emboss, I want to fold this note card in half. And I'm going to go ahead and score it really well. Okay, so now what I'm going to do is put one end of it inside my embossing folder. And it's really not recommended that you emboss sideways like this, but I'm going to do it anyway. So I'm just rolling that through, and I have plate number 1 and plate number 4 in my Stampin' Cut and Emboss machine. And then you can see, look at that beautiful texture. Isn't that awesome? This is one of my favorite embossing folders. And since I've already folded it, it's really easy to fold in half. So I've already done 3 other note cards. Now I'm going to set that to the side, and I'm going to pull out my number 2 and number 3 plates for my Stampin' Cut and Emboss machine. And here I have the Brilliant Rainbow dies. So I'm going to grab this big one here, and I have my Sunshine Rainbows cardstock cut to 6 inches. It's 6 by 6 Designer Series paper. So I have cut it 6 inches by 3 1/4 inches, and I'm going to just put that up here. Put the other number 2 plate on and run that through, and then I'm going to repeat this with 3 different patterns from this Designer Series paper set. Okay, so the next thing I'm going to do is grab this cloud punch and just some scraps of basic white cardstock. I'm going to punch 4 clouds since I'm doing 4 cards, but if you're only doing 1, you only need the 1. So I'm going to begin by gluing the rainbow pieces on. So I'm going to go ahead and set them up the way that I want to use them. And are you seeing now why I decided to do 4 cards? Because I have 4 sizes of pieces. Let's see, that one can go there. That's not going to work, is it? I think that one needs to go up there. And then we can have that. And that. And that. So I'm just going to put liquid glue along the back of this. And then line it up with the bottom edge and the left edge. And then I'll repeat with the rest of the strips, lining them up with the bottom edge and the left edge, and that should keep them nicely spaced out. Okay, then I'm gonna, whoops, forgot a step. So this cloud needs to be hidden back here, behind here. So, going to just glue this on, just like so. Then I'm gonna take my Misty Moonlight ink, and I'm going to stamp on this little piece of petal pink cardstock. And this measures 3 1/4 inches by 3/4 of an inch. So the sentiment that I'm using is You Make Me Happy, and it's from Rainbow of Happiness. The sentiments I'm going to be using on the other cards are from the Special Moments stamp set, which is also part of Sale-a-bration. I'm going to use Happy Birthday, Thinking of You, and Hang in There. Okay, so now that it's stamped, I'm going to grab my Banner's Pick-a-Punch. I want to use this banner, so I'm going to flip it over. And I always keep my words facing up towards me so that I can make sure I'm not cutting them off. But I'm not going to cut this all the way to the end. I just want a little bit of a banner end, so I'm just leaving a little bit of the end showing right here in this spot on the back. So just a smidge. Try to keep it even. And just give it a punch. And then we have a nice little banner. And I'm going to use dimensionals, Stampin' Dimensionals, to lift this up off the paper for a little bit. You can see where I stamped the back earlier and decided not to use it. Okay, so I'm just going to place this right here. Then I'm going to take my linen thread, I'm going to tie a bow in it. Then I'll use my paper snips to just snip the end. My bow is wanting to twist. I'm not sure what's going on there. There we go. I'm going to use a little glue dot to attach this bow to my card, but I'm kind of rolling the glue dot so that I can hide it under that cloud, under the banner. There we go. Nice and hidden. Okay, so first card is done, and I'll be right back to show you the rest. Okay, so I realized what my problem was with my ribbon wall, or my linen thread earlier, and why it was twisting up so bad. So this linen thread, you can see it's green, which is not the colors of the current supplies that we have from Stampin' Up. I have been using this linen thread for a very, very long time. It lasts for quite a while if you're careful with it. So it's been wrapped around this cardboard packaging for a very long time, and it's gotten some kinks in it just from being in the same position for so long. I get some kinks if I sit in the same spot for too long. So I am going to use my bone folder and just pull some of those kinks out. And it does kind of twist the ribbon in other ways, but it does make it easier. Might have overdone it a little bit. It does make it easier to tie a bow without getting that weird twisting, or at least it did on the previous two bows that I tied. Let's see. I think I'm just going to go back to my excuse of I can tie bows off camera, but when I'm on camera, they just don't want to work. There, that's not so bad. That's a good bow. Just adjust it a little bit. And there we go. So you can see when you have the sharp bends in it, use a bone folder and just take some of those kinks out. And then you'll have a good piece of linen thread or ribbon or whatever it is you're using again. So again, I'm just rolling this glue dot up. And I'm going to place it behind this linen thread, right behind the knot. Then I'm going to put it right underneath this sentiment, and I'm just going to kind of tuck it up there a little. There we go. That's perfect. So now I've got 4 little note cards to send or to gift to someone. And let me grab, there we go. So I'm going to take this note card envelope and I'm going to open it up. And then I'm going to use the stamps, the rainbow stamps. Feel like I'm missing one. I think I just don't have it out yet. Yep. To stamp on the front of the envelope. So I'm going to start with pool party. And I'm just going to stamp part of the rainbow. I'm not going to put a full rainbow down here. Then I'm going to go to this soft sea foam. The best way to line these up is to place them where you want them and then use your block to pick them up, and they're perfect on the block. If you have sentiments that you're worried aren't going to be straight, that's a good way to pick those up as well. So these two final colors were So Saffron and Petal Pink. And you can just repeat the colors that way. Something else that you can do with these envelopes is I stamped a little something to brighten your day, and then I did the rest of the rainbow. So, and that is also not from that set, it's from the Rainbow of Happiness set. So you can end up with 4 stamped card or envelopes and 4 note cards, and then they'll all fit inside of a mini paper pumpkin box. So you can take all of these and all of these, place them in here, and then you could decorate the box as well. And it would make a nice gift to give away. Unfortunately, I don't have time to decorate this box, but I will do that soon, and I will add it to my my blog post. So I hope that you enjoyed these 4 cards. And as always, if there's a card from one of our catalogs or brochures, mini catalogs, anything current that you would like to see how it's made, then put a comment down below or send me an email and let me know what it is that you would like to see. Or if you just have a question about the products that are used to make a certain project, then let me know and I will do my best to help you out. If you enjoy these videos, don't forget to give me a thumbs up. And if you haven't already and would like to, hit that subscribe button so you'll be notified for new videos. I hope you have a wonderful weekend, and thanks so much for watching. Happy stamping!